Something of a landmark episode in the short but intense history of the show, because this is the 20th episode of the Art Movement. My God. It may not seem like it's a huge number, but it means that for 20 weeks non-stop I have been recording episodes of the show, all of which have exceeded the 1 hour mark, and all of which, of course, I have compiled, produced, researched and recorded as well as promoted on my own. Okay, admittedly I've been doing poorly on the latter part, and it's a problem. Frankly, there are only so many hours in a day. Also, the format is still relatively new and I want to experiment with it more as we continue. But what's more is that aside from introducing the show week in and week out as the Art Movement, where all art forms and free thoughts are allowed, I've really never specified what the aim of the show is, the mission statement of the show, if you will. So, first of all, what do I mean by all art forms? Well, quite simply, I mean the expression or application of human creative skills and imagination in all of the various branches of creative activity. Now, this includes painting, music, literature, cinema, sculpture, well, you get the idea. But here I also refer to a wide variety of the arts, best represented by the various genres of music I play in the show. And of course, this is also why in a show like the last one I recorded and put out, I go from talking about Joaquin Phoenix to Diego Velázquez, from Pablo Picasso to Annie Ross, and from Franz Kafka to Emmett Till. It's all connected, and yet it's just so varied. Okay, that's all well and good, Matt, and we probably could have figured that out ourselves. But what do you mean by free thoughts? Well, this means that one, everyone is entitled to an opinion, and as a democracy fanatic, I truly believe that. But also, right now, I am the only speaker on the show, and that's because the show is still in its infancy. In the future, I would love to get more people involved, get more voices on board, let them speak out their opinions, even those that I wholeheartedly disagree with. It's all about creating a dialogue. That's what democracy is all about too. To prove that, later, I plan to read a particularly spiteful response to one of the things that I have talked about on a previous episode of the Art Movement. It wasn't super spiteful, but definitely passionately negative. And that's okay, because I mean it when I say that this is a radio show where all art forms are allowed, but also where all free thoughts are allowed. In general, if I can wrap this intro up, which has already gone on for far longer than it should have, let's face it, and I hope you're still with me here. But for me, the Art Movement is just a way of communicating an excitement for the arts and for making art discoveries. I know that I would have been lost without the arts, so my hope is to somehow communicate my excitement for the arts and infect people with my excitement. Let people who are lost like me get bit by the art bug. It's not about talking about the arts in a scholarly manner. There are people who are far better than me at doing that, quite frankly. It's really a starting point for further discoveries. That's what it's about. And I also hope that once people begin to make their own discoveries, they will come back to me and tell me all about them.